All right, so I talked about which coaches could be on the hot seat and could be leaving their teams in another video earlier. But now let's talk about which coaches could become an NFL coach come next year. We're going to start this out with the current Chiefs offensive coordinator and Eric Bieniemy. I hope I pronounced that right. He was the Chiefs running back coach between 2013 and 2017, but has now been the offensive coordinator since 2018 and basically been coaching Patrick Mahomes up, been learning under Andy Reid. So I would not be surprised to see him get a NFL head coaching job come next season, especially if they make another Super Bowl and somehow win it too. Then we have Brian Daboll. He has been coaching the league since the year 2000. He was a Patriots offensive assistant and tight end coach from 2013 through 2016. Then he went to Alabama in 2017 to become the co-offensive coordinator and quarterback coach there, and now has been on the Bills as their offensive coordinator since 2018 and has done a pretty good job there, especially since Josh Allen's turned out to be pretty decent, at least in the offense that he has coordinated for him, and that Bills offense has been working pretty well for them. Then we have Brian Leftwich. He was Arizona's offensive coordinator in 2018, but I think he got fired, or Bruce Arians called him to come be the Bucs offensive coordinator in 2019, and he still is now. So if he becomes really successful with Brady, kind of puts together like a really good season with him, he could possibly land a gig. I can see this couple years more away though, especially since Brady's still probably going to be a team come next season. Next, we have Don Martindale. He has been a linebacking coach or defensive coordinator basically all his life. Currently is the Ravens defensive coordinator and has been since 2018. And he was previously their linebacking coach before that, so he basically made C.J. Mosley into what he is today. And I imagine he's going to transform Patrick Queen into the next linebacking star that he makes. And that brings us to the Ravens offensive coordinator, currently since 2019, and Greg Roman. He's also been the Bills and 49ers head coach before, but if Lamar Jackson keeps transforming into a better passer, could definitely see Greg Roman try to take another head coaching job. Next, we have Robert Saleh. He's been the 49ers defense coordinator since 2017 and has worked that defense into one of the best in the league. Also works kind of with the young coach process we have going on right now, especially since he is only 41 years old. So don't be surprised if he comes up in head coaching considerations, especially considering how good that 49ers defense is. Then we have Dave Toub. He's been basically a special teams coach his whole life in the NFL. He started with the Eagles, then went to the Bears, and worked with Devin Hester, so that should give him some credit. Then that has brought him to the Kansas City Chiefs since 2013, and considered special team coach that seems to be finding head coaching hires here recently. So far in John Harbaugh being kind of successful. Then Joe Judge looks like he's going to be a decent head coach too. Toub definitely has the chance to be a head coach, and I definitely would not be surprised, especially if he works that special team into something special. Then we have Leslie Frazier. He was Vikings head coach from 2011 to 2013. Kind of had a good year in 2012, brought them to the playoffs, but then they had a down year. He got fired, and now he's with the Bills as their defense coordinator since 2017, and has kind of built that defense up. So I could really see Frazier being a big potential head coach, especially if the Bills do as well as they did last year. Then we move on to some college coaches. You have Urban Meyers and Lincoln Riley's PJ Fleck, and you also got to put Dan Mullen on here. He's the Florida head coach. Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma head coach, of course, Milton DeVille, Murray Mayfield, and Hurst, and was rumored basically for the Cowboys last season, but I don't see any way he leaves Oklahoma. But I still got to put him on here basically because it's still a possibility. Urban Meyer was a former Ohio State head coach and former Florida head coach. I don't think he really goes anywhere though. I think he's good where he's at. And we have PJ Fleck. I can see this being the biggest possibility out of all of them, but I think he'd rather stay at Minnesota and kind of bring in his own players, bring in his own culture, and instead of like trying to work with a GM and work with someone else. But if he gets off the coach at a big culture, I could see that being more of a possibility, like Notre Dame, someone like that. Also, we have Perry Fewell. He's the Panthers defensive coordinator, but he was also interim head coach for the Panthers and Bills at some point. So eventually, he could possibly be a head coach somewhere down the line, especially if this Panthers defense turns out pretty well in like a couple seasons, because I don't think they're going to be that great this year. But if they do well in 3 years, I could definitely see this guy getting some head coaching offers. Also, of course, we got some random college dude, a.k.a. the Cliff Kingsbury honestly, I don't even know every head coach, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just some random young guy that's like offensive coordinator or like head coach that's basically offensive mind that's just young and innovative and gets hired by an NFL team. And of course, you can't make a list without Josh McDaniels. I'm really not going to explain this one. You know him. He's has been with the Patriots after as the coordinator forever and was with the Broncos for a bit as their head coach. I got to put him on here, but I don't think he's going anywhere. Maybe somewhere eventually, but who knows. So, that's my list of guys who could possibly end up with a head coaching job. If you guys have a name I missed or you think one of these names shouldn't be on here, tell me why down below. Also, if you have that random college dude that I just don't know who the Cliff Kingsbury this year could be, tell me who it is. I would really like to know. Also, leave a suggestion for a video. If you guys have one down below, I may end up making it into the video sometime here in the near future. Of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to click those links down there. It's Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon. And of course, thanks to my sponsor. Their link is down there as well. And FNX, as they kind of make pre-workout and workout supplements. And I use it every day to get my gains. And you can use my code for 15% off. And of course, just make sure to keep the sports weed flowing throughout the day.